Yeah, hey guys. There's been a couple of orders issued in the Celeste Smith case against Wayfarer Foundation, Wayfarer Pathways, and Steve Sarowitz as an individual. So this is going to just be a brief video. Where we kind of left off is obviously Celeste Smith had filed her complaint. Now she alleges every discrimination known to man, bar sexual orientation. Right? We have race, religion, age, sex/gender, disability, even though I cannot see where she is disabled at all. She had a bruised rib, right? Which, and does not meet the definition of a disability. So she's alleging all of these things. She's filed an amended complaint after they briefed motions to dismiss. She filed an amended complaint, which in my opinion just is worse. I've done a video which I'll put in the description where I really, tore it apart because I could not stand it at all. I thought it was a terrible complaint. And to be honest, it doesn't really add anything at all. But I do feel like it's, I felt like it was more petty and just nonsensical. And I did not like it at all. So I will put the video link for where I went through the amended complaint. I also went through Wayfarer Foundation's Instagram page just to look at how undiverse they really are. And I I don't see how she is going to win this case. I don't. She is citing that, well, I was dismissed because of my age, because of my race, because of my religion, with actually no evidence whatsoever that any of that was behind the decision. And that is the key thing. It's her burden of proof. She's making the allegation. She has to prove, but she has to link that the decision was specifically because of one of these protected characteristics that she's relying on. The fact that she has the protected characteristics, i.e., she is, she's in her 50s. Steve Sarowitz is in his 60s. Is he really sacking a woman, because she's in her 50s? She's younger than him. Because she is Muslim, she is black, and she is female. But the fact that she got dismissed is not enough. The fact that she got dismissed and has those protected characteristics is not enough for her to leap to the conclusion, well, it's got to be because of this. She has to prove that it was because of those things. And the thing is, right, is when I went through the Wayfarer Foundation's website, they acknowledge, and they have like a tribute almost, or they post something about every religion, literally non-discriminately. They acknowledge every religious, important occurrence, events, and holy days, etc. They do that across the board. They are also, my goodness, they are the most diverse company. They are the poster for like a diverse organization. They are, from in terms of race and of sex. They have, I didn't see any. If anything, I saw more women. But those are just the pictures that we saw. What is actually going on in the organization may be different. But there was people from all kind of racial backgrounds. I really saw nothing to be concerned about. Nothing that would make me think, oh my God, what kind of organization is this? So I think she is going to struggle. They've even won awards for how diverse they are. So, but anyway, so we've had a couple of hearings now in this case. So there's a couple of orders. So she filed leave to amend her complaint. on the 25th of June, minute entry before the Honourable Judge Jorge Alonso. Telephonic status hearing held. For the reasons stated on the record, plaintiff's motion for leave to file a first amended complaint and for equitable and injunctive relief and reliance on jury demand is granted. Yes, because she removed, I think it was equitable, her claim for equitable estoppel as well, left only promissory estoppel, or was it the other way around? I might have to go back and look at that. I'll look at that in a minute. She removed one of them. Plaintiff is directed to file the amended complaint as a separate document on the docket. Defendant's motions to dismiss are denied as moot. Defendant's renewed motions to dismiss shall be filed by the 16th of July. Now, this is nice timing because that is clearly today. So I will get to them as soon as I can once they are uploaded to the docket. Plaintiff's response shall be filed by the 6th of August. Defendant's replies shall be filed by the 20th of August. The parties' Rule 26A1 disclosures shall be served by the 17th of July. That's tomorrow. Written discovery to issue 24th of July. The deadline for joinder of parties and amendment of pleadings is the 1st of September. All fact discovery shall be noticed in time to be completed by the 15th of January 2027. This case is referred to the magistrate judge for discovery supervision with the authority to set and modify deadlines and a settlement conference. Notice mailed by judge's staff. Okay. So, they are to start discovery. Motions to dismiss are due today. And yes, and the Rule 26A1 disclosures are to be served by tomorrow. So, yes, they're kickstarting things. We've got a few deadlines in place. So I'll go through those as they come up. Okay, and here's the second. So this is from the magistrate judge. So minute entry before the Honourable Heather McShane. This case has been referred to Magistrate Judge McShane for discovery supervision with authority to set and modify deadlines and settlement. Because the district judge has set a discovery schedule, the court expects the parties to proceed with discovery unless they move for and obtain a stay of discovery. If a dispute over discovery arises, the parties must review and comply with Judge McShane's standing order on discovery motions, available on the court's website, blah, blah, blah. A joint status report is due before Judge McShane on the 28th of August to update the court on A, the progress of discovery, B, whether expert and or ESI discovery is anticipated. I mean, this shouldn't really need experts. Maybe a damages expert, but shouldn't need any more than that. C, the status of the settlement discussion. So they got an attempt settlement, if any. And D, any other issues the parties wish to raise with the court. So, and then gives her, gives an email address to contact if they want the court's assistance. Now, there's a brief motion for extension of time to answer or otherwise plead, which appears to be unopposed, so it's likely to be granted. So we'll just read this because it's only a couple of pages. Now come defendants Wayfarer Foundation, Wayfarer Pathways, and Steve Sarowitz. Collectively, the defendants, by and through their attorneys, I'm not going to read, and for their motion of extension of time to answer or otherwise plead to plaintiff's complaint filed in the above captioned matter. In support of their motion, defendants state as follows. 1. On February 20th, 2026, plaintiff filed the complaint in this matter. On May the 11th, 2026, defendants each filed a motion to dismiss and memorandum in support. 3. Plaintiff then proceeded to file a response in opposition to each of the defendants' motions to dismiss, as well as a motion for leave to file a first amended complaint on June 19th. 4. And if you're wondering why she filed both the oppositions and the motion for leave to file a first amended complaint, she still has deadlines to respond to the motion to dismiss. And, if there's a chance that she may be denied, it's unlikely, but if there's a chance that she may be denied leave to file, to amend her complaint, then she still has motions to dismiss to respond to by a deadline. So that is why she filed both. On June 25th, 2026, the parties appeared before the Honourable Judge Alonso for a telephonic hearing whereby this court granted plaintiff's motion for leave to file a first amended complaint and directed the defendants to file a responsive pleading by July 16th, again today. 5. Pursuant to this court's meet and confer requirement, counsel for defendants conferred with plaintiff's counsel regarding the requested extension. Plaintiff does not oppose extending defendant's deadline to file their responsive pleading by an additional 14 days up to and including the 30th of July 2026. Okay, so they're not going to respond today. I was going through the docket in date order of what was there first. So they are not going to reply by today. They're going to reply by the 30th. The judge has not granted this, but I don't see why he wouldn't, given that both parties have agreed to it. So there's no opposition to file a responsive pleading by 30th of July, provided that the remaining briefing schedule is extended by the same 14 days. Under the proposed schedule, plaintiff's response would be due on August 20th, 2026, and defendant's reply in support would be due on September 3rd. Consistent with Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 6b, this court is permitted to extend the period within which a defendant must respond to the complaint if such a request is made before the original time or its extension expires. Thus, defendants have timely filed this request pursuant to Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 6b. This is defendant's first request for an extension of time to answer or otherwise plead to the first amended complaint. This extension of time to answer or otherwise plead will not unduly delay the matter, and no party will be prejudiced by this extension of time. Wherefore, defendants Wayfarer Foundation, Wayfarer Pathways, and Steve Sarowitz respectfully request that this court enter an order extending the time within which defendants must file their answer or otherwise plead to plaintiff's amended complaint up to and included July 30th, 2026. So there we go. We will hear we will get the response on the 30th of July. And then there would be Celeste Smith's opposition on the 20th of... Sorry, it would be on the 30th of July. Celeste Smith would oppose by the 20th of August, and then the Wayfarer defendants and Sarowitz would then file a reply brief to the opposition by September 3rd. I do feel really sorry for Steve Sarowitz, because obviously he's paying the legal fees for both Wayfarer entities and himself in this, having just got out of the Lively action. And you know damn well he is probably helping to finance the Jones Works action and, the defence of Wayfarer, Justin Baldoni, and Jen Abel and Melissa Nathan. And their affirmative action, because they have their own lawsuit against Stephanie Jones and Jones Works too. People are really trying to, reduce his financial worth here. They are doing their absolute best, and I feel very sorry for him. And before anyone asks, yes, I did see his interview. Yes, it was incredible. And I'm really, really happy that he's spoken out. I do really think that he feels strongly that he wants to move on. And it's amazing that they've got so much coming out as well. You know, they've got so many movies scheduled to be released. So I'm really, really happy that they've kind of bounced back in that regard, in, you know, as a functioning studio. But and I've seen Justin Baldoni and his wife Emily and um their video where they spoke as well. The only reason I haven't done these videos is because, you know, everyone else is doing them, and I don't want to be kind of the same. And there's not really much to add. You know, that they both videos have been quite brief, and it's just, you know, thank you for the support, and, you know, this has been, you know, difficult, etc. But they do promise to speak. Well, certainly Justin Baldoni promises to speak further at a later time, and I will go through that at that time. I did love his comment that this was, you know, that this was all disguised as a, you know, like a women's rights issue, etc. I thought he nailed that. So yeah, wonderful, lovely to see Justin and Emily and Steve just looking like they're able to move in life and you know, have some normality, and also to see the Jane the Virgin castmates as well, Gina Rodriguez and Brett Dyer, and Yael Grobglass as well. So we've got obviously Jane, Michael, and Petra all come out and show some support and effectively break their own silence. It was really, really good to see. Hopefully, you know, they will get out of this lawsuit soon as well, because this is probably one of the most ridiculous lawsuits I've come across in recent times. So I'm really hoping that, you know, we'll see the end of this as well soon, that they'll have a successful motion to dismiss. But until all of that is sorted, unless they successfully obtain a stay on Discovery, then Discovery is going to be going ahead. So we will see, and I will keep you updated. My next video is going to be on, because it's going to be on the Travis Flores estate versus Friedman. Friedman successfully had quite a lot of the claims dismissed. So he is now seeking a motion for, he's filed a motion seeking fees from the estate of Travis Flores and Travis Flores' widow. So I'm going to go through that. That was actually filed a while ago, but there's been quite a lot going on, so I'm only just getting to it now. So if you're interested, you follow that case, there will be an update coming on that one soon too. As always, thank you guys.